Hello again and welcome back to some more Chef Dave tips. Today I'm going to teach you how to sweat onions and mushrooms. So let's get started. First of all, I am in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, right in Vicky Bovey's very own kitchen, and I'm so happy that she's allowing us to use it. When it comes to sweating your vegetables, basically what that means is you're basically pulling out most of the moisture, and then you're going to start caramelizing them, and that makes them a little bit sweeter. And so, for instance, we're going to be caramelizing mushrooms and onions. So if I wanted the onions to be a little bit more caramelized than the mushrooms, I would start the onions first, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we have our olive oil going in the pan, and we're just going to basically see how it's smoking, and that means that we know that it's hot and it is ready to rock and roll. I'm going to add our onions to this. Hear that sizzle? That's important. When you're sweating any kind of vegetable, especially onions, you want to make sure that you get them sweating out as soon as they hit the pan. It makes them brown up faster. Another important ingredient, especially when it comes to onions and mushrooms, to help pull that moisture out, you want to add a little bit of salt. Be careful of your sodium, so don't add too much. We're just going to add just a sprinkle of salt. Okay? And we're just going to start sauteing these up. I always say that if you're going to try this at home without using a spoon, use a slice of white bread, and until you stop knocking that bread off onto the floor, you probably still need to use a spoon. And you see they're starting to sweat really good. Now there's a difference between sweating onions and making them clear. Some recipes will say sweat onions until they're clear. Well, that basically means is that you're going to use a lower heat, and it'll actually turn clear, and that basically leaves some of the moisture in there. Looking good. It smells great. Let this go for another 20 seconds. Looking good. And now, as you see, the onions are starting to caramelize up really nice. And now those have actually gone a little bit longer, and now I'm going to add my mushrooms. They've already been cleaned and sliced and ready to go. Add a little bit more salt on top of the mushrooms just so that they can start releasing some of their moisture. We're just going to start tossing these in. We're going to let this go for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll be right back to show you the final product. Okay, it's been 3.5 minutes on high heat. I just turned the heat off, and look, we've just sweated these mushrooms and onions. They went to about half the amount of size when it was in the pan. It was all bulky. We basically evaporated most of the water from them, and now we have sweated onions and mushrooms. Until next time, this is Chef Dave and Cook Smart.